Hey, it's Nina
and Ashley back with the bullshit.
and this is the Young and Gettin It podcast.
We back for episode 42. Whose number is 42? Wasn't that
no
movie
idea.
on like Jackie Robinson? I hope he was 40. Ooh, was he 44? Oh, I'm not black.
And someone who knows sports is going to be like,
Yeah,
what
that's
the
not
fuck?
even the right baseball player.
That's not even right. You
I'm
need to get-
tired, okay?
She's Googling, guys.
Oh, he is 42. Look at me being smart and shit.
Yeah, she got it right.
My education and shit.
But yeah, just so you guys know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There is no G at the end of Gettin because we're millennials. You can please subscribe on there and rate and review. You can also find us on soundcloud.com/YAGIP. Please follow us on there and leave a comment. We like to chat with y'all. Oh yeah, we crossed 10,000 listens.
Word?
Yeah.
Hey.
I know. I was supposed to post it when we hit 10,000 and I missed it. And I was like, oh, we're at 10,200.
And you know what? I've been looking recently as to like what cities have listened to us the most. Like, of course, it's Los Angeles, but
Yeah.
like there was a new country on that list. Let me find it because I was like, okay, we haven't done this in a
Botswana.
while,
I'm
and
just
it's
kidding.
like I see y'all like come through.
I know. I forgot to even look. I forgot that we can see where people are coming from. Oh yeah, United States. Oh, Netherlands. Whoa.
Yes, I think that was one of them. Then United Kingdom,
Kingdom,
UK, stand
Nigeria.
up, Niger.
73 listens out of the Netherlands. Who did we
Yeah.
meet out there?
Nobody.
We met that one guy and he had like famous daughters.
Did we give anybody? We gave him our card.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
That's real interesting.
Yeah,
I would like to know how that happens.
that's cool. Hey, Netherlands, what's good?
What's good?
A whole bunch of listens from y'all.
And I'm appreciating the UK. This is dope, y'all. Like, this
Yeah.
is really tight. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
thank
glad I
you.
actually brought that up to look at.
Yeah. Oh, also,
Oh, it is Amsterdam, too.
Yeah. I'm like, who did we meet in
What the
Amsterdam?
fuck?
We,
Okay.
We were friendly though.
We out here.
Okay,
We
okay,
out
okay.
here.
But yeah, SoundCloud popping. Also, we're on YouTube, guys. Search Young and Gettin It Podcast with no G at the end. We're on Google Play. We're on Stitcher. We're on Pocket Casts. You can find us.
We everywhere, guys. You can
Everywhere.
also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. And then on Facebook as well, facebook.com/YAGIPOD. We have our website. I hope y'all have checked that out by now, which is www.weareyagip.com.
Yep.
And then you can contact us several other ways besides our website. One of the ways is our email, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. You can also text us or call and leave a voicemail like I've been requesting y'all to do, but like people don't listen.
No porn bots.
And it's like, we're not even going to answer. So you just let it ring. It'll go to voicemail. You actually don't even have to talk to a physical person.
Right.
So the number is 323-486-3811. We would like some good look at gods on there or
Oh,
comments,
yeah.
questions, concerns. Concerns might not be taken seriously, but it's okay. And you can also hit us up on our Instagram with the little questions tab, or slide up in our DMs and ask us a question, as long as it's not something you don't think we would want to answer. And I think you know what that is. It has to do with something along the lines of dick and pics,
Oh,
or
okay.
like anything
That's what I was
with
thinking.
dicks. Okay.
I saw someone put this one girl who dances for a living. This girl
Dances
I know.
for a living. Is
Yeah.
she a stripper or a dancer?
Yeah, she's a stripper.
Okay.
And I'm trying to situate this. She did the questions thing or whatever.
Oh God.
And someone was like, "Can I get a kiss?" And she was like, "Are you gonna pay me?"
Oh, okay.
And literally, like, every dude that was like, "Oh, can I take you out on a date?" They were like, she was like, "Well, what form of payment will I be receiving?"
Cash at me.
That was really funny. But also,
Cash at me, how?
shout out to Van Jess.
Oh yeah.
Ashley just sent me while I was at work. They're performing at Afropunk.
Congrats.
We'll see y'all there.
We'll be there.
Shout out to y'all. So y'all just popping all day. Popping.
Living.
Okay. But also, me and Ashley did not watch the VMAs.
No, but who watches award shows when you can watch all the highlights on Instagram or on
Exactly.
Twitter, you know?
I saw all the highlights on Instagram
Yep.
today, not Twitter. Did you see them on Twitter too?
I saw him, like, sometimes I see him on Twitter, but it's like when I go on Tumblr, so it's like via Tumblr Twitter.
Oh, right.
You know how people
They share 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw mine through the Explore page. So it was like Cardi B was hosting, and then she got an award for like best new artist or something like that.
she was cute.
She was super cute. And it's cute that she went with short because it's like mom hair, you know? So I was like, yes.
Your mom could never.
She looked so good. And like, it's so funny whenever she talks, I'm like, oh, come on, get it out, because she struggles talking.
But remember, she's coming from she's coming from speaking multiple languages, so sometimes it's like hard, and she already has an accent, so
and she came from a poor educational system.
We gotta give that a pass, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I mean, she'll get better if she really cares.
Yeah, no, she was better. That's the thing, is like, it's still slow, but she was better for sure.
Shout out to Cardi.
Yeah, and her husband, he was wearing all Louis Vuitton. Like, it looked casual, but it was like all Louis Vuitton, and I was like, why y'all just fresh like that?
Money bags, insurance.
They went to Tao after, and she changed her dress. Tao in New York.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's dope.
What other, before we get to the biggest highlight of that, I'm trying to think of the small highlights.
Nicki Minaj, still wildin', gonna stay wildin'.
She is so famous, and I put her on the level of Drake, and she potentially could be towards Beyonce. She will never be in Beyonce's place, but she could potentially go really towards the Beyonce place. But her talking so much on social media and doing all these things sounds so dumb. It's
like, you're a certain age. I'm not saying like that should dictate a lot of shit for you, but like, bitch, ain't she like fucking 40? Like, she's about to be 40. She's
like
and
35, 36, something like that.
I feel like that bitch is 37, just like fucking Kim K.
Okay, yeah, we just found out Kim K's 37, and my God, that she looks good.
Oh, she's 35?
Yeah, she's 35. I knew it.
She needs to stop having surgery.
That's what I'm saying. Like Nicki Minaj could be so famous, but the way she's acting online,
she's real famous, and like people, a lot of her fans are gay boys who are problematic as fuck all the time, love to argue, right? And then little ass fucking girls, and then other bitches that like niggas would never date, or just those pretty ass bitches that are rude as fuck and niggas still date them because they want somebody that's pretty. Like, there's a certain type of Nicki Minaj fan. Not saying like, you know, you're the type of person, but I'm just saying her fans are typically these type of people. Like, the people that I've come across that really love her are those type of people.
And Charlamagne said, like, you know how they're always like snapping back for her and attacking people for her? They're like, how about every time you see a bad comment and you want to snap back, how about you just buy an album? And I was like, that's smart. Support her more. Yeah. Because she's number 2 to Travis Scott, and then she posted about how like all the Kylie and Stormy posted this, which like, okay, the things fuck up numbers, and from this point on the numbers will be, but it's like, nigga, you're number 2, calm down.
And like, why are you calling out his success? Like,
Travis Scott's album was fucking amazing.
Album was fire. I actually made it through. I just don't like how she's like trying to downplay somebody else's success because their way of promoting their album and doing things are different than hers, and like, I guess she feels like she worked harder, and so she should get that number 1 spot. But it's like, sis, you're still placing. Like, there's artists out here at home just wishing they were even on there, right? And you're over here complaining. Like, get it the fuck together. Go take some of that ass out and chill.
Okay. Remember I said get some cellulite. Like, her booty is too smooth.
No, it's just too much for her frame.
Like,
she gonna be like K. Michelle hurting.
Okay.
And be on commercials crying because the doctor says he can't take it all out.
Like, when Kylie got her hips done or whatever, she did the right amount. Kim did not do the right amount. Chloe did not do the right amount, and Nicki Minaj did not do the right amount. Because
Kylie had lessons to learn from.
Right.
She said, I'm going to learn from everybody else's mistakes.
Like, Kylie surgically has done the best out of probably all the sisters, because even Kim doesn't. Well, Kylie's young, but still, like, I like the way Kylie's surgery is over.
The way it's looking.
Right.
Her booty's still a diaper booty, but it's a better diaper than Kim's.
Right.
Because Kim's legs, Jesus. With the ass to
girl, reduction.
Jeez. Oh,
but you know, Kanye's probably like, oh yeah.
I wanted you to see something of Kanye. Did you see this fucking outfit he had on that everybody's making fun of him?
I saw it, but I didn't look at it.
Did you look at the slides? Look at these shits. They don't even fucking fit. And somebody said, this is what you throw on when it's like, damn, nigga, we gotta go right now. Like, like, look, bitch.
Oh, damn.
What?
Why would you wear shoes? Whoa, her
outfit's fire.
Cute.
Okay, her outfit's fire.
That waistband.
His outfit, bitch.
You can tell what she would look like without a butt. She would be so skinny.
She would be skinny and cute.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Those shoes. Why do they look like that?
Bitch,
anyway.
It's probably from the Yeezy collection. I didn't even read it, but it's probably Yeezy. But look at how his foot is hanging off.
That's so funny.
It's
that they
literally
made sure to capture that. They're so petty.
Okay, so listen to Twitter responses. Kanye West shoes that he wore to 2 Chainz's wedding is exactly what I look like when I borrow my mom's slippers to nip out the garden to get something quickly.
Oh, this is the 2 Chainz's wedding. This isn't the VMAs.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's why I couldn't find it earlier.
Oh, okay.
And then it says when your mom helps you to ask you to help bring in the groceries and you put on the first pair of shoes you see.
Okay.
Oh God, like these slippers, boo.
I'm surprised Kim didn't say anything.
He only gets to criticize her outfits.
True.
That's a one-sided relationship.
True that.
But anyway, back to the topic of the VMAs.
Yeah, so
since I'm fucking it up.
Nicki Minaj won for like best song, which the Breakfast Club was arguing like out of all the songs that she was up against, why would Chun-Li win? They said basically they think that the VMAs is just whoever shows up and they pick out those people, because it's like it really seems that way, because the people who are winning, it was like, oh.
Who voted for this?
Yeah, exactly. Who voted for this? But
isn't VMAs like the viewers isn't that they're like the viewers' choice?
No.
What does that shit stand for? I know. Oh, they have
the Video
a
Music Award.
Oh, you right, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm over here making shit up.
But no, like,
I don't watch TV.
It's probably just some like white people who get paid,
right? Like,
because I think it's just a money thing. Yeah.
Seems legit.
Yeah, and it's the VMAs doesn't even. I mean, MTV doesn't even play music anymore, so it's just weird. I mean, they played at like 4 a.m.
Who's up?
Because I remember one time I left my TV on and I was like, oh, MTV still plays music, but I had woke up in the middle of the night, and that's why I saw it.
New York isn't sleep, I guess.
3, 6, I guess.
It'll be 7.
It's still weird. It's very weird timing. But yeah, Nicki Minaj was like, oh, tune in to Queen Radio. First of all, I haven't listened to Queen Radio. Don't know if I ever will.
I don't know what it is.
But I don't understand how she has the time to continue to go back to do a radio show. Is this just when she decides
because this
it's
bitch
on?
Don't write her rhymes. I'm just kidding.
But she was like, tune in to Queen Radio, so I can tell you guys who cocksucker of the day is. And then obviously,
bitch, be original.
Yeah. And the people before she even did it was like, I think she's talking about Charlamagne, because I've been hearing, I mean, on the Breakfast Club, that's a crazy thing, is Charlamagne has been saying like, he's been saying like, Nicki Minaj, it's really weird that you're even having a problem with being number 2, whereas you should be grateful. Like, why are you even trying to do all these logistics and stuff? It's like, be grateful. You are number 2. It is okay. Yeah. Travis Scott is number 1. You're fine.
And I'm gonna keep bumping Travis over you any day.
And he kept telling people like, buy her album. Why are we all talking? Why don't we buy it? He kept saying her album is good. He's been saying that since her album came out every day. He's like, her album is a good body of work. Everyone should go get it. And so like, but all she took was him saying like, she don't need to be saying this stuff because she's number 2, and like, but the thing is, Charlamagne is petty. Yeah. So he keeps saying she's number 2, you guys. She's number 2. She's number 2. And I catch it because it's like Charlamagne's job is to be petty. So he's being true, but he's still being petty as fuck. And I love it. That's why
I'm fine with him talking shit. I don't care.
Yeah. And then she went on her Queen Radio and was all like, I was going to give the cocksucker of the day to Charlamagne, but you know, I realize he's right. Like, I am grateful. It's just that it's the like kind of talking more about like the principle.
The principle of what? You can't change fucking numbers, bitch. Like, if you're number 2, you're number 2.
But she said like, basically because she's going like, they're changing it now because Travis Scott was making money off of his like merch and like things like that because they're tied into it. Yeah. And so Nicki Minaj like is contacting the council and is like, you guys,
that's real petty.
Yeah. So she was like, yeah, so from this point on in history, like it's going to be based off of just album sales, because she would have been number 1, because that's why she posted about Kylie, like, oh, Kylie is promoting with her baby Stormi, saying she's doing a meet and greet with Stormi, so obviously it's going to be 1 billion people there. Yeah. And those sales from the merch are considered part of it, you know, like, but it's just
why can't she just let them get their money?
First of all, you have an insane amount of barbs.
And she has an insane more, like, I'm pretty sure she's richer than Travis Scott because she's been around longer than Travis Scott. Like,
no, she's richer than Travis Scott.
Like, come on, let him have his shit.
Not only is she richer than Travis Scott, she probably has more fans than Travis Scott just because she's been around. But she's been around for so much longer.
Well, Travis Scott be having white friends. Okay, so his Travis Scott estimated net worth is $8 million. Ooh, shit. Yeah, she has more money than this nigga. Damn. She just needs to let that show, like, chill.
And you guys, this is a rough estimate because you know the internet be lying like a motherfucker. Right. That's because this nigga has cash that is not reported to the IRS. Right. This nigga got about $16 million.
He probably still slinging dope. So her net worth is $70 million. So it's like, why are you even worried?
Yeah, it's like it's just funny because I'm like, your baby mama has
sore loser. Fucking sore loser.
Side note, Nicki Minaj also says she's dating someone, but she's learned to keep her relationships private because of how they blow up.
Okay.
And so I'm like, she actually is dating someone. When she was opening those bags, acting super excited, she was like, it was from my dude. She even said on the radio show, she was like, people think I'm mad when I'm writing these tweets, but I'm sitting back laughing, getting my pussy ate. And I'm like, oh.
I just don't like how she behaves.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's just, pop culture drama. Yeah.
I can't do anything about it, so I just don't pay attention to it.
Yeah. Did you have any other topics before we go to commercial break?
No, bitch. You didn't even.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We got so stuck on Nicki Minaj.
Because she infuriates you. Infuriating.
Yeah, she does bother me.
She does.
She does bother me. Her butt and everything bothers me.
Her butt is the main thing that bothers me.
I like her from like boobs up. Everything else pisses me off. She was on Black Ink too. She got a tattoo from one of them.
That's cute.
But yeah. So Madonna, sweetie, honey, child. No, I'm just kidding.
My level of stress, because first of all, that fucking outfit.
The way I feel about Madonna is very close to the way I feel about Erykah Badu in the ways that they're looking.
They're weird.
It just very much stresses me out and it makes me uncomfortable. So I just try to like move forward, because I'm like, I don't know how to feel about any of this.
Yeah. Like, okay, so I actually pulled up the fucking transcript of the fucking tribute because I'm like, let me read this, let me see what it says. And like, honestly, it did take a very long time to like for her to tie in Aretha Franklin, and then it was literally one little paragraph in the whole thing that was supposed to be a tribute. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand why it's self-absorbed, but then I'm like trying to think, and I'm like, of all the other tributes I've listened to, I don't remember them, so I don't know if it's like, does everybody do this and we're just picking on her because it's a white lady doing a tribute to a black lady, or did she really like make this shit about her? But like reading the story, I'm like, damn, bitch, like where's Aretha? Like I forgot you were talking about her. Like,
only one theory that I heard that made me be like, that's a very good theory, is that because Aretha Franklin died on Madonna's 60th birthday, and so she was thinking that they were thinking like it actually might have been a Madonna tribute, but since she had a speech written about herself, but since Aretha Franklin died, she tied Aretha in there, which it still wouldn't.
But that's stupid though, because she has a team of fucking writers, I'm sure, that could have helped her come up with something better. That like tied her into it.
She just thinks she's a god at this point.
Yeah, so, it's like I do need to know both sides, because apparently Madonna, like, she said something about it, but I didn't care enough to read it. So I had seen a little article about how she was trying to clear it up, but it's like, bitch, I'm looking at this right here, and this is a long ass speech where all you do is mention the song that only everybody knows by Aretha Franklin,
right?
Or two songs that we know by her: the one that you sang for the people in Paris, and then the other one that everybody knows, which is Respect. Like, I don't know, I was just tired, especially like looking at how she looked. Like, did she really have to come like that? This is what be annoying me about white people, when they just do extra shit like this. Like, you could have came in your normal ass fucking outfit, even though Madonna doesn't have normal. You didn't have to come trying to look like ethnic, because you're about to give this fucking tribute, quote.
Yeah. White people. That was just, I don't know how to feel about that, because it's about a person who died. That just sucks.
Yeah.
That was very selfish.
Yeah.
And the VMAs in general was just weird to me.
Oh, yeah, that does make it worse, because I know, like, some tributes, like, the person's still alive and they're really coming to get, like, the trophy. So it's like they want to hear, like, oh, I'm glad I inspired you. The story may have been long, but that makes me happy. But the fact that Aretha's dead and you're just like, yeah, so this is what happened to me when I was in Paris. This is how my career got started. And, I sang a song by her. Like, no, like, just singing a song from somebody, like, to me, like, I'd be like, okay, and like, I sing Michael Jackson all the fucking time, but that shit didn't really like define, like, how it didn't like add up to her career. Like, it's not like she shaped her whole career after Aretha Franklin. Yeah. And she was trying to be her and embody her and be better than her. It's like, you sang this song and this is what got you your music career, even though you wanted to be a dancer. Like, so to me, it's just like, this shit don't tie.
It doesn't tie.
It don't tie.
I'm so lost when it comes to this subject. It doesn't tie at all. This
is what happens when MTV tries to do tributes for Black people. Just quit while you're ahead and never do this again.
Yeah, MTV is just struggling, and they tried so hard. They had Nicki Minaj perform, but the thing is, which they mentioned, she performed.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't watch.
A lot of people didn't come. Like, obviously, like Drake, the Carters, like so many celebrities, like, were not there.
Damn.
And so Charlamagne was like, yeah, that's why Safari was in the audience and Love and Hip Hop was there. Because it was Black Ink Crew was there, Love and Hip Hop was there.
So like reality TV show people are now coming to award shows. Cause you know who was there? Fucking Ashanti. I'm like, bitch, you ain't got an award.
Did you see her?
Yeah. She
off your friend's page, but, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
but I'm like, bitch, you ain't had an album in how long?
500 years.
How long?
Yeah, I don't even know what she's doing anymore. I think she's with a white man.
And to top it off, J-Lo performed with Ja Rule and you didn't. Like, are you Ellie? That's disrespectful.
Man,
that is just the disrespect. I was like, y'all can't throw me up in there for like one little special guest appearance or something. Yeah. Like, you ain't even gotta pay me, just let me be in there.
It was interesting. I didn't watch it and I don't think I will.
Oh no, hell no. Because what's the award show we watched on my birthday or the day, like my birthday
BET
weekend?
Awards, right?
Oh yeah, BET Awards, and that was a struggle.
That was rough.
That was so hard.
That was rough.
Yeah, I can't watch award shows because I just realize all the time that I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like them anymore. Because it's just, they're more about trying to make money off of the viewing, less about the actual culture. Mm-hmm. And like they always say, like, white people will bite Black culture when it services them, but when it comes to help Black people, they're nowhere to be found. No. So it's like, nah. I mean, good for Cardi B. They needed her, and it makes sense why they had her. Cardi B will be opening the show. Cardi B.
Exactly. She was their viewers. Like, they knew everybody would come to watch Cardi, and that's why they had her do that one little part where she had the VMA trophy as a baby. Yeah. Like, because they're like, no, we gotta play on this, and she hasn't shown her baby. Like, we really gotta get people to watch this.
I can't wait till she shows her baby.
Yeah, it's probably ugly right now.
Exactly, because Chloe's baby just got cute a month ago.
And I mean, it's understandable. When they first come out, they're very ugly, and I think it's because they're just so skinny. Like, they have to get weight on them.
Yeah,
because I think all my sister's kids, I was like, oh, they cute.
Ooh, why you look like that? Is it okay? Is he okay? Oh, okay.
Like, is he supposed to breathe like that? I remember that's a question like I always ask. It's like when they first come out, they like wheeze, so it's intense.
Because their lungs are like finally.
They ain't used them, so.
And I had asthma, so I didn't even cry, so my lungs wasn't even moving. Probably,
was like, nah,
probably was not even breathing.
Probably not.
Okay. Yep. All right.
On that scary, morbid note,
then Kendall Jenner pissed people off because she went on the tweets come days after the reality star told the publication. She went on the publication, basically. She said she's super selective about what shows she would do. I was never one of those girls who would do like 30 shows a season or whatever the fuck those girls do. More power to them. But I had a million jobs, not only catwalks, but everything else. And this is from, what article is this? E! Online. Upon the release of her interview, many models took to Instagram to share how offended they were by her comments. Because like
saying like you get to be choosy.
She can be choosy. Yeah. She's been rich. She can decline things.
She don't have she's not out here trying to make a legacy like the rest of y'all.
She's getting castings just because she's Kendall Jenner, whereas people are actually gonna have to try out. So I get it. And then
I get why they're mad. Because it's like, damn, bitch, you not grateful?
Yeah, that's what
it sounds like. You're bragging that you get to do something that's not easily done by others.
Brazilian model Luma Groth defended walking in so many shows, saying, I couldn't even go back home for Christmas because I was absolutely broke. I had to work so hard for people to even remember my name. However, it was never Kendall's intention to hurt people. She promised she wants everyone to win. She ended her explanation by telling her fans to cultivate kindness today and always.
Bitch, you only saying that to save face.
Yeah.
You don't mean that.
She posted, tweeted, I want to be clear. The respect I have for my peers is immeasurable. I was misrepresented in a recent interview over the weekend, and it's important to clarify the meaning. It was intended to be entirely complimentary, but unfortunately my words were twisted and taken out of context. The model, who is one of the highest paid models in the world, continued, I get to experience firsthand their tireless commitment, their work ethic, the endless days, the lack of sleep, separation from family and friends.
Yeah, because you just watching.
Stress from traveling. It's like you're traveling on a PJ because you can afford it. Shut up. The toll on physical and mental health, yet they still make it all look effortless and beautiful. There's no way I could ever hate on that. Okay, Kendall, you sound rich, and now your true self has come out.
Yep.
Because she
been fucking up.
She stole Kehlani's boyfriend. She got a little half black boy now too. Because that whole Kardashian family thinks black is cool.
See, this is why I could tolerate Kourtney, because she stuck to her roots and got a white man.
Yeah,
and he trashed his shit though. Yeah, so she might as well have got a black man.
They broke up. Yeah.
No, like Scott.
Oh yeah, he's trash.
He's trash.
She had a new boyfriend, a model. He was like Hispanic. Yeah. They just broke up or whatever. But it's like that family does whatever's cool. And so dating black and having light-skinned black babies is so cool. So they're all doing
maybe
it.
That's what's interested in them. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna see both sides of the coin, because gotta try and be a rational bitch sometimes.
Gotta
try real hard.
And on that note,
let's go to a commercial break.
Yeah.
Hey guys, interrupting the conversation very quickly to bring you guys some back to school goodies. So it is back to school season. Y'all that have kids, your kids are going to school, you're going back to school if you're still in school, or somebody that is going back to school. So on We Buy Black, I found a few black owned school supplies brands, and they offer notebooks that have African American characters on them, or just even like a black power fist with a red, green, and red color scheme, black color scheme. Said red twice. And then there's also backpacks with just African American themes on them, as well as African American characters, because that's something that we don't get a lot. So our kiddies want something that will match their fly as well as match their culture. So a few of the brands that are featured on here are Brown Kids Swag, and so they can be found at Brown Kids Swag on Instagram with 2 G's in swag. And then the other brand is Kids of Kosmos. So I'll spell Kosmos for you because it's spelled different than conventionally. So it's at Kids of the Kosmos, Kosmos. And we also have Liykel Afric. Liykel Afric. I said that one wrong. I'm sorry. It was hard to read. I'm also going to spell that one too.
Yeah, we're going to spell that out.
So it's at LIYKELAFRIC. Now, do you understand why I said it wrong the first time? And then the last brand featured on this We Buy Black back to school post is Chocolate Ancestor. I love that name, and they actually have some very cute backpacks. So you can find them on Instagram at Chocolate Ancestor, or you can go to their website, www.chocolateancestor.com. Cute bags for back to school for your kids. There's also some that could be adult friendly, if you just want to represent the brand and represent the culture, go ahead and do so. We'll post all the social media handles for the brands in the description box, and be sure to check it out if you're looking for something new. Support the black people business out here, y'all. And back to our regularly scheduled program. Hey y'all. All right, welcome back from the commercial break. Let's get back into the conversation. So we got so lucky to get a question from somebody on Instagram today, and so I want to open up the second half with that question. And so the question was, what's your favorite vacation destination?
Favorite as in I've been there before.
Yeah, I guess so.
Limited. Right now it's still Amsterdam. Like Miami takes a close second, but it's like when you grow up in what people consider us growing up in LA, even though we grew up in Fontana, but the rest of the world, we grew up in LA.
Yeah.
So it's like coming from LA, the party lifestyle is not as enticing, because we were surrounded around it before we were even old enough to even be surrounded around it. And so, but going to Amsterdam, it's like people always talk about Amsterdam for the weed, but then they always talk about how they actually like Amsterdam because it's a nice place. But like Crystal was saying, like there's just a little bit of inherent racism, but where is there not inherent racism?
Nowhere.
Especially if there's all white people. There's just only white people there. So I mean, like, duh, it's bound to happen. But no, Amsterdam was just amazing. Like, it was easy to get around. Like, things weren't extremely expensive. Everything just was like normal. It was a great place to be. And I'm definitely gonna go back at some point soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I don't know. I don't feel like I've been on enough vacations to judge this yet because I know more are gonna come.
It's like so far.
Yeah, but so far, I know I liked Louisiana because, like, I don't know, I'm country, like, and I'm black, and that's the one place that I went and I saw the most black people I've ever seen in my life, like, and everybody's like coexisting. Like, I saw the most beautiful chocolate man in my life out there. I still remember that. And then of course the food was good. The weather sucked. I mean, but like, when does humidity not suck? But I feel like, and another reason I feel like I liked it a lot is because I was out there for a really long time. So it's like when you're out in places and like you actually really get to go and see the culture and just like try the food and actually like be there for a while is better. Like, Amsterdam is a close tie to this too, because I really liked being in Amsterdam. Weather was good, easy to get around, a lot of food choices. So it's like, if there's good food and good people, I'm most likely going to like it. And so out of the two places, like, we ran into like, some people were nice to us. I don't think we had anybody being mean in Amsterdam.
No, we didn't deal with racism.
No, so it's just like, I do like going places where there's a lot of black people because it makes me comfortable. So Louisiana is up there on my list.
I get uncomfortable.
Well, it depends on what type of black people it is.
Yeah, if it's like a whole bunch of families, I feel more comfortable. Like, cookout type vibe, you know?
And like New Orleans, like, the vibe is different out there because everybody says hi to you. Like, people are nice. Like, you know how like when we went to London, like, they were like, oh, we could tell like you're not from here because you smile at everybody.
Yeah.
Americans do that and we don't. And so we're like, oh, like in New Orleans, like, everybody smiles at you. You get called baby. Like, those are just like,
what's up, baby?
Yeah. So I don't know. I liked it out there. It was like, oh, home, hey.
We're going soon.
Because, you know, like, my daddy's from the South, so.
Yeah. Are either of them from Louisiana or no?
He's from Mississippi, but he lived in Louisiana too.
Oh, okay.
So he country.
Yeah. So
and also was poor. So
yeah. So everyone, you need to go visit Louisiana. Baton Rouge is probably. Is that where you stayed at?
I didn't stay in Baton Rouge. I stayed in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, duh. New Orleans. That's what I meant to say.
Baton Rouge is near there.
Okay.
It's like, I think it's like an hour or two. Like, because I remember seeing the sign on it for a bridge, and my friend's grandma was too afraid to drive across it, so we didn't go. She was being so extra.
And so it's like, either visit those places in Louisiana, visit Miami, or visit Amsterdam. You're gonna have a great time in all of those places.
Yeah. And it's really like what you make it to.
Yeah.
Because Mexico was also very fun.
True.
I loved Mexico. We didn't say nothing about liking London, but we already know we disliked that.
We didn't like it that much.
Okay, so Nina, I have a question for you that I thought about because I saw, like, somebody that I follow on Instagram was talking about their life after college, and so I was thinking, like, what was the hardest part after college compared to like what's the hardest part after finishing your master's program?
Oh, like after undergrad.
Yeah.
Oh, the hardest part after undergrad is you're still broke. Because you've just elevated from a high school degree to I don't include an associates. Associates basically does not exist to me because I just don't know what it does. Okay. And when I asked my friend who has an associates, he said it doesn't do anything. And so, and I'm not even dissing people. I've just I've never considered getting an associates ever in my life. And so I consider like bachelor's a step after high school diploma. And so the hardest part was first of all the pressure to go get your master's. That's a hard part. But
or
also,
just have a career.
Yeah. So I was just working as a waitress because I didn't want to work in a laboratory, and it's like I still don't. And so, you know, that's the hard part. It's like you think you'd have money after a bachelor's, especially in a science degree, but it's like you have to put yourself in the position where I guess I did, but it's like it took a while. And then after master's, especially for someone like me who doesn't feel like a PhD is necessary, the moment that you graduate, because I had my last class and the next day went back to work, and the day after that went to work, and the day after that graduated, and 2 days after that went back to work. And so it's almost like a lost feeling, like wow, I just wasted my fucking time because I just did all this shit, spent all this money, and I'm still in the same exact place. You just hope that after a master's you will just like explode and elevate into a different level, and that's just not what happens. You're gonna be at this luckily, like a lot of people don't have jobs. Luckily I had a job the whole time. So it's like, it's not like I'm looking now. I mean, I'm looking definitely, but it's not like,
not the same pressure.
Not right. It's like I have a job. There's some people who don't have one, so they're really like nervous. So it's like the hardest part is now when you have a master's, now you're entitled to make a lot of money. And so that's the hardest part. Expected. Yeah. So I see it coming. I already applied for the CFA exam, and I just chartered financial analyst, and I just bought the study materials for that too. Ooh. And so they say to start studying 3 to 6 months ahead of time, and I ordered my stuff 10 months ahead of time.
You might as well get as much practice as you can.
Yeah, and I don't want it to fall out of my mind because I'm realizing that I'm not thinking about that stuff at all because it's not relative to my job at all. But when I looked at the study materials, I was like, okay, these are all the classes I just took. Okay, cool. So it'll refresh me on everything. Even like, I was surprised derivatives were on there, and it's like, yeah, those are just different securities and options and shit. On stocks, it just gets very extensive. But what I found out is that the exam is like 15%. Yeah, 15% of your score is on ethics, which they don't teach at all. And they didn't teach at all. My program, probably if you had a 2-year or 3-year program, you probably would have ethics class, but I only had a 1-year program. So they just, all the things that are on the test is exactly the classes I took, which makes sense. They probably planned that on purpose. Like, let's give them every single class that's on the CFA exam, because my major was for the CFA exam. But they didn't do ethics because they also said it doesn't matter if you didn't take ethics because the CFA ethics are based off of the CFA Institute. It's not based off of like what's going on in the universities.
Do they have example questions on the CFA website?
Yeah. Okay. They have example questions. Yeah. So I bought the packet today, and it's like super expensive. They even have like a discussion board where if you don't get what you got wrong, you can ask and someone will answer your question. And I'm like,
see, do you notice that like, even though you hate school, right when you get out of it, you're like, damn,
I need to
low
study.
key, I want something to study. It's like, I want to learn something.
Yeah.
So like, I don't remember who I was talking to somebody, and I was like, I really just try and learn something new every day. I was like, because I like knowing things. And like, the more I can know, the better. I think it was somebody asking me like why I went back to school, and I was just like, I really like knowing things.
Yeah. I really like not
interested.
Being ignorant.
Yeah.
It's like now, even though I don't know stuff about like finance, remember our friend who was saying all this stuff about buy this and like I was trying to follow and catch the things that I learned, but there were still things in there I didn't know.
I have my notes in my phone, and we could follow up.
No, that's exactly what I was gonna do. I was about to hit him up and be like, okay, so let's talk slow about this. Yeah, because I'm gonna just write this down, and we're just gonna really absorb this. We just like to learn because he's what, 33,
so he actually knows shit.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for a while, and it's like to be able to afford the expensive living in LA, like, oh, you actually do make money, so let me listen to you because you know what the fuck you're doing, and you're Nigerian. Me and Ashley went to a Nigerian convention, so we met a shit ton of successful Nigerians. So this is one of the many successful Nigerians we met, and we're like trying to drop facts on us, and we're like, okay, Ashley pulled out her cell phone, started writing down notes. So it's like that was also very nice because, you know, we want to continue to surround ourselves with people who are doing well and have ambition. So we stay motivated.
None of my friends are shit. That's basically what you was saying before you fixed yourself.
Yeah, I know, like
none of y'all niggas is shit. We don't value any of your opinions.
You know, we just trying to always elevate our education. That's one thing after a master's program is like, I've been out of school for a week. Yeah. And you're already ordering shit to study. I'm already ordering study materials. Because I told Ashley, I was like, wow, I'm bored as shit. I need something to do. So I ordered the study materials. But then I also remembered, I forgot that I should be continuing with my CV and my cover letter. Yeah, you have all the time now. Dropped out of my mind. And I was like, perfect. Like, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm like, I can study and work on my CV and my cover letter. You could breathe. My desire for more money makes me want to have a second job too. So I was already thinking about how I could have another hustle. Yeah, and I realized my healthcare is more expensive because I was under part-time at my job because I was working part-time. Yeah. But now that I'm not in school and they're not ready to switch me back over to full-time, even though I'm working full-time, I'm paying more for healthcare. So my dad was like, well, once it expires this year, just cancel it. He was like, open enrollment, just enroll for your own. Because he told me what my brother was paying, and I was like, I am paying more. Yeah. Like, I could be paying less for this. So that'll give me like, it'll only give me like $100 to $200 more, but that's something.
That's something.
That's a bill.
That's like gas for a couple weeks. Right. There.
Okay.
So,
well, in our case,
2 fill ups a week there.
That's because I fill up my gas tank like, well, no, I don't live in LA anymore. No, it's a little bit less. Yeah, it's very interesting to look at my gas tank and be like, I have 230 something miles in my car. I thought it would be empty by now. Like going to the gas station when I still have 100 miles left instead of just assuming
I always go when
empty.
I have half a tank. Because I'm like, I'm not spending more than $25 on gas a week. So.
And then when you have an emergency or when you're broke, you have gas.
Yeah. Because I always need it.
Yeah. True that. So, yeah, these are things that go through my mind after graduating. Also, it's like a PhD will happen if I'm getting paid for it.
True.
Or if I've hit zero on my student loans, if I paid them off. Because I have a strong feeling, maybe I'm just too confident, but I have a strong feeling that I'm going to be successful. So I have a strong feeling that I'll be able to pay off my student loans in lump sums, at least to get it down to a number that's like really normal, to where it's like, I'm just going to pay regular payments. Yeah. My interest won't even matter at that point. I just want to pay off my interest, what it should be. And then so I'm like, I'm actually paying what I actually owe and not what you guys are trying to.
That's the part that eats you alive is that interest. Because you end up paying, like, if you have $35,000 in student loan debts, if you follow what they say, like, as the minimum payment, you'll be paying back $53,000 by the end of that shit. Yep. Like, depending on interest rate. But, like, that is a whole extra $20,000
a lot of money
that you didn't even fucking borrow that you have to give back just because you couldn't pay it off right away. So, like, that's the difference between, like, having money and not having money. Because what was that thing that I sent you? Oh, about the millennials, that there's a higher instance of millennials living at home. Yeah. And so they did a survey to figure out why majority of millennials lived at home, and then the reason why some of them didn't. And the only key difference between the two reasons of living at home and not living at home is that some millennials had rich parents and some millennials had broke parents, or just normal parents.
Parents, right.
Their parents couldn't set them up in the ways that parents of millennials with money could set up their kids. Yeah. And so, like, people were like, well, duh, like, who, like, you really had to do a fucking study to figure this shit out? Yeah. Like, it makes perfect sense to me why I live at home. My parents ain't rich, but they're not poor either, but they don't have no money to help me start a business or give me a small loan, $1 million, like President 42 has done.
Yeah. And it's like, all I need is, like, to really just get all my shit going is not a lot relatively to a rich person. Ain't shit.
It's nothing. It's pennies on the dollar.
So it's crazy to think, like, it's like these people don't even have to worry about debt. As soon as they graduate, they have no debt, and they can just start their lives.
Start living. They're not paying anything back.
Just paying their normal bills.
The owner of Viceland, he said that when he got started with his business, one of their mottos is to never have debt. And so he said he and his partner both each borrowed $5,000 from their parents. So they had $10,000 total. I cannot do that. I can't ask my parents, oh, give me $5,000, let me do this, and then I'll pay you back. Yeah. At least I don't think I can. Like, my parents be acting broke. But that's how you stay rich, too. We already talked about that. Yeah. Like, act broke so you could keep your money, and then don't spend it, because that's also what black people do. Like, you know how it's like, there's that just stereotype out there that white people don't spend their money. Some black people don't spend their money either. Yeah. Like, they're really tight to their chest with it, and they're, like, super stingy about spending their money. Yeah. And those be the ones with the most money. Yeah. So it's like it's just annoying that we characterize some things as white when it's like, well, if we did shit that way, we would be set up well like them. Like, because their white tendencies are making things out well for them too. Like, yeah, we have to deal with racism, but some of these things, like, racism doesn't have any effect on that we're not doing.
In Big Bank, YG says, like, I got white
folk. Yeah, that's the line I was thinking about. The white folk money that I don't blow. And if you ask me why, it's because they don't.
Because the white folks don't.
Oh, yeah, the white folks don't.
Big Bank, take little bank, bank, dead bank.
Then it gets to Nicki Minaj's part, and we skip.
And we change the song.
Skip.
I don't even dislike Nicki Minaj. I just hate that she raps trash sometimes.
Yeah, that's what's really annoying.
It really irks me because on Poke It Out, I'll be like, ooh, she about to come through, because she actually randomly on a random song comes through at bars, but she just be talking. She'd be like, my voice is famous, and that's how she raps. Hear me, love me.
But back to the topic about, like, rich parents and poor parents for millennials. I was at work and we were in the operating room, and one of the surgeons was talking about how he had read an article that said, like, And it kind of ties back into that slavery talk we had too, about how like the black slave, like the Africans that were selling slaves are selling the worst of the worst. So he was saying that rich people only have like 1 or 2 kids, whereas like hillbillies and like trailer trash park people be having like 12 kids. So he was saying the proliferation of dumb people is way higher than the proliferation of smart people. So basically like the world is getting dumber as like dumber people continue to have a lot of kids, and rich people only have a few.
Yeah, I mean, Trump literally targeted the dumbest places in America. He literally, if you look at the statistics of the intelligence levels of places in the United States, you will be able to track that Donald Trump visited the dumbest areas. Not only, I mean, obviously he visited smart areas, but he, much more than Hillary, visited the dumbest areas in the United States. And because he knew if he just says, oh, I'm gonna do this for you, I'm gonna do this for you, oh,
they're like, yeah,
and if he knows they're racist, then he's gonna talk more about Mexicans and stuff like that. He played them, and it's funny because he played his own people. That's how you know he's out for self.
Right, you can't trust nobody that will freaking turn on their own race. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you don't fuck with nobody and you don't like nobody, you're still gonna show more favoritism to your race. Like, that's just how shit works. I don't know any person that doesn't function that way. Right. So it's just like, he really used y'all and y'all was stupid. And I just really love when that white woman comes out and she's like, I wish I hadn't voted for him. Bitch, he was saying all this shit when you had made the decision to vote for him. I had to roll my eyes. And now you want to be like, I wish I hadn't did it. Guess what? No takebacks, bitch. Now we all got to deal with the shit.
You look dumb.
Right? Like, now you got to know what inequality really feels like.
Because it's not like we necessarily wanted Hillary. We just didn't want someone
we didn't want him.
Fucking terrible.
Anyone but him.
Yeah, right.
Anyone, because he has no experience in politics.
But I mean,
that's all we wanted.
Now I know for sure though. Remember how Kanye back then was talking about, I'm gonna run for president? Nope.
Please don't do it,
not voting for your stupid ass.
Not with them slides that don't fit.
Okay,
like,
okay,
we can't.
But he also says the dumbest shit that Kanye would begin to say dumber shit than Donald Trump. And I'm like, no, we don't need that in our lives at all.
Yeah, I just need everybody to be smart. Make sure your kids are smart. Don't knock education. Like, education doesn't have to be by a paid institution. Just make sure you're learning something, because the internet is free and fucking able. Right. So please use that shit. Please educate people. Don't be ignorant. Like, I feel like I finally got through to my fucking nephew. Like, he said some shit to me, and it's like, I didn't disrespect him like I feel like my mom did when I got my job, and she was like, oh yeah, we were worried about you. But it was like, I was worried until like he told me what he said, and I'm like, okay, good, I rock with it. Like, let me know what you need me to do to help you with. It wasn't no like, oh well, damn, finally. Like, that's one thing I didn't like that she did, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. But it's just like, just make sure you encourage everybody to do the best that they can so that everybody can get better, especially fucking black people, because y'all be pissing me off.
Some people really don't care about their education and have this strong feeling that they can gain an education outside the academic system, which is true to an extent.
Yeah, if you're good about it.
Right. You have to do the work, to make sure you're educating yourself with the right, books, right? Books
and like websites like Harvard offers free online courses. Yeah. If you didn't know. Yeah. Like, you can go on institutions and see if they offer any free online courses. Take those courses, learn something new. Like, make it a goal to like at least read one article fully per day. Like, if you're on your Yahoo or something, you see an article that could be somewhat educational, or it's just like something that piques your curiosity, still read it, because guess what? You're reading. Like, that helps you learn how to speak better. It helps your comprehension. It helps you have a wider vocabulary, because you may be looking at this article and they use a word and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what this means. Please look it up. Right. Don't be that person that doesn't look up something.
Over it and just assumes they know.
Like, because I'm really trying to get on myself better when it's like, I wonder this. I don't know the answer to this, so I've been Googling shit. Like, I know so many random facts just simply because I'm curious and I love learning things.
Yep. That's really it. And no diss to people who only have high school diplomas, but high school doesn't teach you shit.
It don't.
Like, compared to what I know now, I'm like, ooh.
You know how many people we know that are like that really only went to high school?
The crazy thing, I was telling Ashley about how I was watching Teen Mom, and like one of the boys, like, he just had a high school diploma or maybe his GED, and the way he was speaking sounded so unintelligent. A black man, maybe 24, 25. No, he had to be 25 or 26.
Damn.
He sounded so stupid. stupid. And not just like his voice box, like the way he was talking showed a lack of an ability to put together words. And it's like, you're a grown man, you only know one language, you're not like Afro-Latino, like he
knows two, Ebonics and English,
right?
Mostly Ebonics.
And he was speaking Ebonics, like from what I recall. He wasn't really speaking, nor he was trying to speak English, and he was speaking Ebonics. It was really bad. And it just shows like you need to read. Like, don't just, I mean, video games are great for your mental like stimuli,
hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, you need to read if you're not going to school. Okay, because someone like me, I've been in school for 6 years. I don't read because I don't have time to read. Now I can read. Obviously, I'm going to study the CFA exam. I'm going to get the books that Charlamagne have been talking about and like stuff like that.
And you had to read for understanding in your courses.
Yeah.
So it's like you did reading, it just wasn't for something that you wanted to, like entertainment. Right. Yeah.
I wasn't reading for fun. And like people get to read for fun. I was reading a shit ton of books. Yeah, you're right. I read a lot, but they were
had to process that. That takes brain power right there.
Yeah, because you would not understand. You know how when you're trying to understand,
you read something the first time and you're like, wait, fuck.
And then you read it again.
I did that today.
You read it again.
Yes, I was like, is this even English?
Yeah,
like,
it's like, this needs to make sense. These sentences don't make sense.
Or when the definition has the word in it, like,
oh my God,
doesn't fucking help me. And that's the majority of my fucking studying is like a definition that contains the word in the definition. So I'm like, okay, let me find another area to look at this shit. Man. And it's just like, I really be having to do extensive research just because like one sentence in my book doesn't make sense.
Man. Yeah, so you got to stimulate your mind. The original question was about
you noticing a difference, the difference between undergrad afterwards and then we led into the millennials with the rich and poor parents.
Yeah, because that also I just wanted to tie back into that, because when you were saying the reason why, another reason, one is rich, one is poor, one is student loans and one is not. So even like the rich kids who have student loans, they disappear, whereas the poor people have student loans and they stay.
And they have to work to get those paid off. Yep. And that, I know that sets people back in buying houses. Like it sets you back in making big decisions, because you're like, I have this big lump sum of money that I need to pay back. And if you didn't get the career that you planned to have or was promised with your degree, you're even in an even more shittier situation, because these jobs really ain't out here paying.
Yeah.
Like, I had somebody call me from my company, and I didn't realize it was them at first, so I was being very honest. And then when I realized it was them, I kept being honest, and I was like, yo, well, fuck it. Y'all niggas need to know.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, well, I guess a bit, well, I bet they pay you pretty well, though, right? And I was like, barely.
No.
Like, if I don't know what your definition of well is, I was like, but I could be paid better.
Right. It's like, no,
like there's these $1 billion companies out here that are underpaying their workers,
right,
and giving them all this work and then wondering why they're unhappy.
Like, okay, because for the amount I got, for the amount the budget is from my laboratory, the fact that I'm able to visually look at the budget, and that's my budget, and then to look at how much I'm getting paid is a direct sign of disrespect.
Right.
Because not only is that the budget, but I've saved them over $100,000, and so I'm just like,
I could get a raise with that, right?
You can just add like 20 on top of mine, and I'd be solid.
Honestly, I'd be asking for ridiculous raises like that, because all you gonna do is to say no.
I need a $32,000 raise.
Shit, ask.
And then, because I did the math, actually that raise would put me in like
comfortable.
Like, you can save for your house, you can pay all your debt down, your car is paid. Like, that was the number, like boom boom. So I'm just like, yeah, I need a new job, which is why I'm studying for this exam.
And one thing I want to research is like how they when they do raises at my job, because I'm having a feeling that they do raises at that time, so that the raise that they give you is not the, like, when January 1st hits, you're still underpaid for that salary you're supposed to have, because your year to date doesn't match what your salary says on your compensation letter. So it's like, a bitch needs to do some math, because I'm about to research some shit and I'm about to see what's good.
My job said, I asked my boss like months ago. He said that they only give a 3% raise.
3 to 5 is common.
And I was like, so inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Okay.
To keep your head above water,
3%. What
help
the
you
fuck
not
is
drown
that?
A little bit.
3% is one paycheck, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what?
And over the whole course of a year, though, so that's
over
nothing.
The whole course,
it's nothing.
Fucking disrespectful.
But they're like, well, we gave you something.
They don't give a fuck about us, man.
They don't. That's why I'm like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to apply for a job because it's like, I don't want to work for none of these companies.
It's nice that we're talking about this because our podcast is about like successful millennials, and we're like, we have these great jobs, but it's like, just because we are grateful we have a job, you know,
not out here being Kendall,
right?
Because if I was, I would have quit and be like, nah, fuck y'all.
Exactly.
I'm still here, still hanging, and I've said I'm gonna quit a lot of times. I know y'all listening like, this bitch fake as fuck, she ain't never gonna quit. I am.
If we had Kendall money, we would have quitted. So it's like, while we're grateful for what we have, that God allowed us to have it, it's not like we're going to ignore the discrepancies.
Exactly.
We're not going to ignore the fact that, like, for living in California,
you
need to get paid more, because there's a reason why people who are working high level jobs are moving back in with their parents.
Right.
You know, like, I'm literally the three people I'm thinking about, me, you, and my friend who's a the kitchen manager. We're all moving back in with our parents to save money.
Yeah.
Just to save money.
Yep.
Not even because we are down and out. Because, you know, people will be down and out. Yeah. They can't pay their rent. They have to cancel their lease.
Ooh, Jesus.
We literally have to do this to save the money to start our business. Like, we have to. And so it's crazy that we got ourselves into these positions that are great and, you know, great on our resume, and we're having to do that. It just shows the discrepancies in California, but it is a capitalist society, which is why Omarosa got fired by Trump out of nowhere after sucking his dick for years.
God.
So, you know, this is the world we live in. So if you ever feel like, oh, my job is shit and I'm in it, just remember that years ago you weren't even where you are now. You were probably broker, you're probably sadder, you probably didn't even look as good, you know, like, that's just the way the world works.
Facts.
So I live it. That's why I'm so positive, because I'm like, damn, I'm doing all this work now and I'm pissed, but every time I'm like this, the next year or next 2 years is so much better.
It's better.
And if you think about our goals, they actually will only take a year to 2 years. Just like if we do it right, you know, like, so I'm like, meh, that sounds about right.
Every comeback has a setback. So it's like,
every setback has a comeback.
Yeah, every setback has a comeback. You get what I'm saying. But it's just like, I don't know. I've had hard times before, and it's always like, in that moment, I think it's like the worst. This could just start our look at God, like, or I see you, universe. Look at God.
Yes.
Look at God. I see you, universe. It's just like, every year I have this period where I'm like, I need shit to change. I'm over this. Like, I can't do this job anymore. And thankfully with this job, I lasted a little longer than I usually do, because the first one, it was real quick. Second one, I was like, oh, fuck no. Third one, it's just like I hung in there for a little bit longer. So it's just like, I was telling my surgeon's PA, it's just like, I feel like people are always scared of change and scared to change their career, or scared to go into the next step in their life. And I'm like, I am scared, but I have the courage to still do it, because it's like, I've changed things up before, and it's just like, it's just gradually put me in a better predicament. And so it's just like, I'm not going to let my sense of fear of worrying about like paying for stuff, or just going into something that I don't know. And it's just like, it's scary, but I'm still gonna do it, because you still have time for change. And so she started telling me, she was like, yeah, this is probably like my 5th career change. And she had like finally landed at a PA. And I'm like, yeah, like, I feel like I may be one of those people. Like, I'm gonna keep hopping around until I found something for me. And then on the other hand, it's just like, I might really just become an entrepreneur and be one, because my dad is.
Right.
Like, my dad has not worked for anybody as long as I have been alive. Like, he's worked for himself.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like, since that's the example that I have to go from, I feel like it's already in my blood for me to be that way. And it's in my blood for me to continue to keep striving and wanting more. Because I kind of feel like that's how my dad is too. Like, he's always trying to, like, he's always working on something, or always working and always trying to get better. And it's just like, sometimes he does have to like sacrifice the things that he wants to care about or wants to do and put them on the back burner. But it's just like, I feel like he enjoys working for himself, because he really decides when he wants to work. He decides who he does work for. And since my dad is so like nice and friendly, he has done almost everybody's air conditioning on the block.
Sure did
like,
do mine.
So we need to do my dad as a black business show.
I know.
Like, I don't know how we forgot about my dad.
Next week.
I guess it's because I'm so so used to him.
Right. That's why.
But, you know, you guys, just have faith that it'll work out. If you don't believe in God, believe in yourself at least. And one little quick like quote that I saw on the nets, because I'm always on there, is artist unknown, and I'm paraphrasing, and it was saying, you believed in Santa Claus for 10 years, you could believe in yourself for 10 seconds. If you're ever like, if you're going on a new venture, you believed in Santa for that long, you could believe in yourself for a little bit to have the courage to do something.
Yes. Is that your look at God?
Yeah.
Okay. My look at God, I'm going to start with a quote because you reminded me when you just said that. There's a quote that says, you've, let me say it correctly. Well, I'm paraphrasing obviously, but you've gotten through 100% of the bad times in your life. And so it's like, and I saw that for the second time recently, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember this quote. And it's like, that's true. You've gone through because if you're listening to this, you're alive.
You resilient ass bitch.
Right. you smart ass bitch.
You smart ass, resilient ass, smart ass, getting even smarter ass bitch.
Getting money ass bitch. Pretty ass bitch. Looking all good ass. And I'm just kidding.
So aggressive.
Yeah. But yeah, you've gotten through 100% of your hard times. Even if you're in hard times now, don't do anything bad. You're going to get through it.
It'll be fine.
And so, my look at God is I get to travel again. I get to go somewhere that I haven't been before. And that's what I love. That's my favorite thing to do is travel. So, because it makes me not have to be living regular life.
Like y'all bitches is complaining and y'all stay on planes.
Yeah.
And you have a job with benefits.
Right. Exactly. That's why we're like, we love where we are, but we don't like the system that we're in.
Yeah, it could be better. There's some improvements that could be made.
Yeah, there's changes, and we can make some lifestyle changes too, because now that we're understanding how much we need to save for our business, we're like, wow, okay, let's cut back a lot.
So I can't go out anymore.
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to travel next year, but a lot less.
Yeah.
And it's like, we'll just do small trips instead of doing like crazy trips. We'll just get a Sprinter and go.
Yeah, because bitch, guess what? I'm literally gone once a month for the remainder of the year. Yep. Except for December. That's the only month. But every month for the remainder of the year, I'm gone once. Yeah,
because you know how you were like, oh, I'm gonna be gone for all of November. I realized that I just booked a place for Thanksgiving, and so it's like, okay, half of the month of November I'm not even gonna be at home.
Yep. And I feel like that's like another reason like we need to like start living more in the moment and realizing what we're doing, because I feel like depression really like puts a blinder on things, and a bitch don't know what's like, going on.
I'm depressed. Buy the plane tickets. Get the tickets. We go to the festival. I'm depressed.
I ain't getting out of bed till vacation.
Okay. I got anxiety, man. Rent a car. Like that's really. Oh no, I got anxiety. FashionNova.com.
Right? I don't feel good today. Amazon. Okay. Like a bitch needs to cut all the accounts, honestly, realistically.
I don't feel good today. Amazon.
Yeah,
that's really
like I feel like I have package anxiety because I'm always expecting something to come in the mail. Like I haven't gotten something in the mail. Right? I haven't had something come in the mail in like 2 weeks. I'm like, okay, I know I ordered something.
What did I get?
Like, where is it at?
Okay, I'm trying to stop myself. Like now, Ashley knows because I be telling her, I'm like, bitch, go through every article of clothing that you own, because that's the only way you can keep from buying shit. Because you will find shit that you forgot you owned.
Because the past 2 times I've gone out, I had an outfit you haven't seen, and you're like, where'd you get that from?
Like,
and I'm like, oh, I had this for a while.
Yeah, you just gotta go through and be like, I have, like, there's an outfit that I know I'm like, I have not worn that in a year. Like, I have not worn that.
There's so many outfits I haven't worn in a year.
Yeah, so I'm like, ooh.
Okay, we need to stop talking about our privilege.
Oh, sorry, but we're black, so I guess it's a blessing.
Yeah, God is good all the time.
Join our conversation.
All the time, God is good.
All the time, God is good.
Kirk Franklin challenge on that ass.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I can't wait till by the time this releases, King Vader will have released his, because I want to see that.
Yeah, it's gonna be hilarious.
But yeah, join the conversation. We want to hear what y'all think. If you think we're some spoiled ass bitches, let us know, because I know I'm not, so I won't be offended.
Do you know where I came from?
I mean, I'm mildly spoiled, but it's like I'm mildly spoiled, but I definitely spoiled myself.
Yeah,
nobody really spoils me.
Yeah, it's a difference.
My dad will spoil with food a little bit, and that is about all.
Yeah,
that is about all.
My mom and dad would just like not insult me for a week.
I'll ask my dad to buy me something instead of buying me fast food, and he will say no. And he will buy me.
I think it's just Subway. A thing with black parents. They hate giving their kids money.
Right.
Because my parents don't want to give money to their kids either, but they'll still do it. Like, but it's like begrudgingly.
I was like, I texted my dad, if you get Subway today, please get me a rotisserie chicken, salad, extra chicken, add avocado, pepper, That shit was in the fridge before I got home.
Okay.
And I'm like, but if I ask him, hey, can you help me pay for this, what we're doing for Thanksgiving? No.
But he gonna be there.
Damn. Well, he might not be. He might have to work.
Yeah.
He's not sure. Yeah, he's not sure if he can go because of work. Yeah. And I was like, that's why he was like, no. He's like, I ain't gonna be there.
Call? I thought I would be on call, but it's like, no, I get right back before Thanksgiving, so that's not possible.
I don't even know what days I get off. I might have to work like.
You work up until the day before.
But I think I work Friday.
You don't get Friday.
Off. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but nobody shows up.
Nobody
shows up.
No, I remember I came a day after a holiday and nobody was at work, and I was like, wow, I'm just here because I need money. Wow. Okay, well, I'm gonna do some homework.
Yep.
Because nobody came to work. But us talking about that made me be like, oh fuck, bitch, you need to save your vacation hours.
You need to request those bitches.
No, I mean, you don't have to request ahead of time.
No?
I don't have that type of job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
You can
I be nervous
for the vacation I'm going on. Like, I just told them about it like 5-6 days ago. Yeah, like, you don't have to request in my job because there's nothing urgent.
Okay.
It's not like a restaurant, like where when I work at a restaurant, you have
or like retail,
right?
Like, or the medicine where you don't get
where you're really needed.
Off.
It's more of wasting the country's money. Anyway, I know it's not wasting. It's cancer research. Just so you guys know. You can find us on Apple Podcast. Search Young and Gettin' It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting because we're millennials, so we're gonna do slang and ebonics. So please subscribe on there and rate and review. We love to see your reviews on there. Thank you. I think we have 5 stars and 11 reviews. It's pretty awesome. And I was like, we're so new, and I'm just like, oh my god, and we just hit 10,000. Oh my god, thank you. Can you guys leave more reviews because you guys are fucking awesome. Thanks.
Yeah.
Also soundcloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us and comment on there. We'll comment back. We're also on YouTube. You can see a little cartoon picture of us. Search Young and Gettin' It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting. This commercial that's playing in the background as me and Ashley are taping is so fucking horrifying and annoying. It's that Nun movie, guys, and I don't like how they show these to public. Like, these things I feel like shouldn't be on TV.
Yeah, show it in a rated R movie in the movie theater. Yeah,
because I'm like, that's how you get possessed, is watching a damn commercial. But anyway, sorry guys. For all you, I know people who are afraid of scary movies, so they understand how I feel. But we're on YouTube. Find us on there. Cartoon. Search Young and Gettin' It Podcast. You can find all of our episodes on there and our videos with our special guests. We're also on Google Play, Stitcher, and Pocket Casts.
Yeah, and we're also on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. Sometimes I forget that when I'm talking to people in real life, and I'm like, bitch, who are you? And we also have our Facebook, facebook.com/YAGIPOD, and our wonderful website, www.weareyagip.com. And you can contact us several ways, one of which is our email, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. We also have our new and improved, not even improved, it's just because Google ain't made no updates. Our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811. And then also be sure to check out our Instagram story for when I'm looking for feedback from y'all. And then if you guys ever just want to give us feedback, you could also leave a review, like Nina said, on our on our iTunes, or you could just hit us up in our DMs. Let us know how you feel.
We respond to y'all. Shout out to y'all that have hit us up on there.
And we're fairly quick, if it's not a busy week, but Nina don't have busy weeks no more.
Okay.
So.
What world do I live in? But I'm just going to create busyness because I just spent $300 on a study course.
Ooh,
so.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
And you live in the world with everybody else who has time to be on social media and post every day.
Oh my God. Yeah, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But alrighty, guys. Episode 42 is in the books.
Yay.
Thank y'all for
y'all.
listening. Peace.